Hello, and welcome to the second in the video series on finding work you love. Today we're going to talk about personality a little bit and why that's so important. You know, a personality is actually a stable set of characteristics that make you unique. This uniqueness transcends all time, from infancy through your childhood, your grade school years, into adulthood. It's just the ways in which you express your uniqueness or your personality that may change over time, but that core is going to remain the same. And this is a good thing because this is going to help you figure out who you are and go back and pinpoint that to work that you're going to love to do. You know, it's what makes you do the things that you do, what makes you enjoy the things that you do. And that's kind of going to start to get to the core of the work that you want to do. As you can imagine, there's been a lot of work done in the area of personality development and so forth. There's two people that I want to mention to you. One is Erik Erikson, who's considered the father of psychosocial development. He came up with an 8-stage development process where human beings go through from infancy to a mature adulthood, these 8 stages where they overcome a crisis or they come to some final conclusion in each of those stages as they go along in order to move on to the next stage. From infancy, you're talking about trust, you're talking about autonomy. In the young adult years, you're talking about identity. Identifying who you are and finding your place in society. This is the stage, regardless of your age, that most of us need to return to do a real good assessment of who am I and how do I fit into a larger society. So that's one. You can Google Erik Erikson, it's with a K at the end, if you want to look a little bit more into those 8 stages. The second person that I recommend you taking some time to look at is Carl Jung. His last name is J-U-N-G. And he came up with, he did a lot of work on personality. And what his work boiled down to was the way in which individuals interact with each other, interact with their thoughts, and the way they process information. These are broken down into 4 categories. And when you look at how people interact with information, interact with people, you can start to identify 4 major areas of personality. This work was expanded by the psychologists Myers-Briggs and her daughter Isabel Myers-Briggs, who took those 4 components of Carl Jung and ended up expanding that into 16 different personality types that uses each of those 4 in different combinations. They also created a test that will help you identify what your personality type is. And this is the first key that's going to help you unlock who it is that you are and lead you to the work that you love to do. The test is called the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, MBTI. You can look that up. There are some that cost, but there are some tests that you can take based on their work that's totally free. If you take a look at my website, you'll find the link that I recommend to actually take this test. It's about 62 to 64 questions. And when you run through the end and hit submit, they're going to give you back your 4-letter code. It deals with either being an introvert or being an extrovert, processing information very logically, processing information based on feeling. And if you answer the questions honestly, you're going to come away with a 4-letter code that also leads you to a description of your personality. It's going to talk about some of the things that you enjoy doing. It's going to talk about some of the things that you need to express as part of your personality. These are going to be some keys that you're going to be able to use later on. You can check out some of my later videos to help you with that. For instance, in my book, you'll find that I go in and give you a little bit of explanation about the extrovert or the introvert, talking about as sensing or intuitive. This is the way you process information, whether you focus on details or you focus on the big picture. Thinking or feeling, decisions made objectively or decisions based on your values and feelings. And the 4th area is judging or perceiving, making your decisions pretty easily or maybe have difficulty making decisions, whether you're a little unconventional or conventional. So go through, take an assessment someplace, come back with a 4-letter code, Look up that code, drop that code, just those 4 letters, back into Google, let's say. You're going to come up with a page worth of hits. Check out at least 3 different descriptions, and you're going to start to see parallels between them. You're going to start to see some things that jump out to you every time you read it. Jot those items down and come back. Whether you have my book, we'll work you through that as well, or just check out the videos, and I'm going to tell you what to do next. Once you get that 4-letter code and start to identify a little bit more of your personality, we're going to be able to use some of those personality needs in there to start to craft a larger picture. I wish you the best of luck in this endeavor, and I hope to see you again. Stay in touch. Bye-bye for now.